To the family of Comelec, magandang hapon po. We apologize for if you had to wait because we didn't expect that the CHED and SUC's budget would take so long. We have with us Vice Chair also of the Committee on Finance, Senator J.V. Ejercito. So, well, just to inform you, yesterday we voted to postpone by a vote of 17-1 the barangay election. So, medyo overwhelming kasi tinanggal yung provision na appointment in case of a vacancy, no? Yeah, it was quite controversial, no? So, Chairman, do you have a presentation for us? We're ready to receive it, yes.
Okay. Magandang hapon, Mr. Chairman, Senator Ejercito. On behalf of the Comelec and Bank, well, with us are right now Commissioners Louis Guia, Commissioner Bing Guanzon, and Commissioner Sheriff Abbas, although Commissioners Christian Lim and Arthur Lim were also here earlier, and I'm sure they'll be coming in. And our senior officials are all here in order to help defend the budget of the Commission on Elections for 2018. We have a brief presentation which has details. Let me go through the, I'd say, executive summary first, and then if the chairman and Senator Ejercito wish, we can provide the details of this summary. Essentially, we are looking for a budget of 16.15 billion pesos, which is based on the two-tier budgeting approach of the Department of Budget and Management. The Commission proposed separate budgetary requirements for, first, ongoing existing operations, and second, for new projects. So the first slide will show that the budget by expense or allotment class for our existing operations amounts to around 3.423 billion pesos. And this is broken down as follows: 2.7 billion for personal services, 639 million for MOOE, and 79 million for capital outlay. So aside from the regular operations, we also have several projects, 4 projects. First of which is the overseas absentee voting counting registration and expenses for the Office of the Overseas Voting in the amount of 13 million pesos. Perhaps the largest project that we will be undertaking in 2018 is the preparatory activities for the 2019 national and local elections. So the amount being requested is over 12.3 billion pesos, broken down with about 11.7 billion in MOOE and 608 million for personal services. The third project is that we have also provided a budget for recall elections, and this usually happens for the local government officials, and we have provided a budget of 20 million pesos. And finally, we have a budget for our information systems strategic plan, but the budget of that is just about 98 million pesos, broken down 22 million for MOOE and 76 million for capital outlay. We have the automatic appropriations of 219 million for retirement and life insurance premiums of Comelec officials. So, Mr. Chairman, in brief, this is the proposed budget of the Commission on Elections for calendar year 2018. We have the details to each of these items, and if you would like us to present these details, we can do so.
Yeah, Chair Andy, I noticed the big item is the number 2, no, in preparatory activities for national Is that carried over, or that all going to be spent in 2018?
I think that will all be spent. Well, we're looking to start spending that in 2018, and then there will be an additional budget that will be requested in 2019, although the bulk will be in 2018 because we will already need
what
to
does
start.
that consist of, yung preparatory activities?
Maybe we can go to the slide.
Bro, anytime, huh?
So, you will see, Mr. Chairman, that you
big item seems to be the rent
lease expenses. No,
is that
that's
for the machines?
11.1, yes, and that we have a breakdown for that. No, that the lease proper is around 5.8 billion. Other costs such as warehousing and other affiliated costs about 2.3 billion. So for the machines that we will be using, we are looking for a budget of about 8.1 billion. And then there is also a separate budget for the voter verification system, the VVS, which is approximately 3 billion pesos.
Okay. Senator JV, any concerns?
Just a few, Mr.
Go
Chairman.
ahead, sir.
I'd just like to ask regarding the, of course, the chairman already said that the Senate already passed the postponement of the barangay and SK elections. We're aware of the preparations that the COMELEC has done for the upcoming elections. I'd just like to ask how much have you spent already since it was postponed?
Well, thank you for the question, Senator JB. We can tell you that as of today, it's around 600 million pesos. Okay, is how much we've spent. And we can also provide you with a bit of background as to what we've already done. We have already printed barangay ballots, 26.2 million. And then for SK ballots, we have already printed 4.8 million ballots. No? That's why we welcome the news that the Senate has already passed on third reading the bill, and we're really hoping that both houses will pass the law and that the law is signed as soon as possible. Yeah.
Can we still use those ballots that are printed? Will those go to waste, or we still can we use it? And if in case it will be held in May of 2018, can those ballots still be used?
Well, we have the majority of the in-bank here, so perhaps they can help me answer that question. But I think our intention is to use them for the May 2018 elections. Although the issue here is the date, because the date has to be in the ballot, and the date is October 23. But if I understand it right, and I don't know if Commissioner Lim would like to validate this, that it's possible for the COMELEC Bank to pass a resolution.
Yeah, maybe you can ask Commissioner Lim,
allow us to use
the other commissioners.
a ballot that has a different date but can be used for a future.
Yeah, what does Commissioner Lim say?
Possible, Your Honors, that we could pass a resolution that as long as we identify certain municipalities or provinces that have the same dates, it's limited to these areas, then we can say that for purposes of the 2018 barangay elections, the date that while it is reflected in the ballot that it's 2017, it should be read as May, the second Monday of May of
In the law, hindi naman siguro.
No, it needs just to be published.
Okay.
And what is critical is the serial numbers need to be maintained.
Okay.
Although the other alternative we're looking at, Mr. Chairman, is also to put a sticker on the date. Tatakpan, kaya lang, siyempre, dagdag gastos po yun. Pero I guess the COMELEC and bank will have to decide as we...
Maybe we can hear from the other commissioners what you... Okay lang ba yun sa inyo?
It still decide on this, but I go with the observation of Commissioner Lim.
Okay.
Chairman.
Okay. Yeah, Commissioner Gonzalez.
Senators, Chair, the law requires the date to be there.
Mm.
And that means the exact date, the month, the day, and the year. So,
So,
in my
mag-sticker tayo.
opinion, I
Mag-sticker.
would rather print again, since
will you
there
do with
was
the
still
old
the
ballots?
time.
Oh.
But that's the risk of,
what-
I mean, I'm weighing the risk of, you know, technicalities and protests later and whatever, and, you know, impeachment cases,
Yeah.
you know, against so many millions. And I would rather err on the side of prudence.
Of prudence. But the expensive side. Okay. Commissioner Abbas, any opinion on the matter, sir?
I'll join the comment of Commissioner Lim, sir.
Okay, okay. All right.
One more point, Mr.
Yes.
Chair. In 2016, there was data breach, no? How, what measures have you taken to avoid the occurrence of such again?
Well, in this regard, if we may call our data protection officer, the executive director of the commission, Executive Director Jose Tolentino.
Go ahead, Director, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. Your Honor, when the breach occurred in 2016, it was through our website, which was not yet hosted by the DICT. But right now, it is the Department of Information and Communications Technology, which hosts all websites of all government agencies, and so it's well protected. And based on our submissions to the National Privacy Commission, COMELEC is the most compliant agency.
That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Anything else you want to share? I think we're all exhausted by the Chet and Suk's meeting. Yeah. Maybe we'll just be in touch for any information requirements that we might need for interpellation. And but I was telling Senator JV, you know, this is a constitutional commission, so that has fiscal autonomy. So hindi naman kayo na CHR, di ba? So, but at any rate, thank you very much. I think barring any issues, and just request for information, we'll request that we think might come up in the debates in plenary. No? So maraming salamat, Chair, and to our good commissioners.
Well, thank you
Maraming
very
salamat
much,
po sa inyo.
Mr. Chairman. This is, I think, one of the quickest.
Shortest. So, always good to come after
You can rest assured that whatever information you will need, we will be providing, and in fact, your staff has been working diligently with our staff as well to make sure that all the information is provided to the subcommittee. So,
Okay, salamat,
thank you very
Mr. Chairman.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Salamat. Yeah.